Bracket the Yahweh, Bracket the Yahweh Shai, Bracket the Yahweh, Bracket the Yahweh Shai, Bracket the Yahweh, Bracket the Yahweh Shai, Call Log, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listen learning, and to the Bayasha Dabadat, the House of David. This is Men of Valor, Las Vegas Camp. I am Ayasha Todd.
I am Darash.
My name is Kratz.
And we're coming to you today through the power and will and spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Don't yet know what this lesson is going to be titled. All right? But through the spirit, let's go ahead and get into it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 120, verse 2. Deliver my soul, O Lord, from lying lips and from a deceitful tongue.
So, we want to deliver the soul. We're asking Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai to deliver the soul from the lying lips and the lying tongues that this devil and this serpent, all right, this crafty devil for all his devices and things that he's doing. We had read the articles. Our brother has an article pulled up.
Which one do you want me to get?
Go ahead and pull the one for the Vegas.
For the Cosmo?
For the Cosmopolitan.
So, this is a KTMV, so Channel 13 News. That posted headline reads, Cosmopolitan will pay $1 million to employees if vaccinated. So they're giving out, just to get into the first paragraph, it says the Cosmopolitan Hotel Casino on Las Vegas Strip has committed to paying up to $1 million in cash bonuses if 80% of its workforce receives their first dose by May 1st. And that's a snare that they planting right now. So we looked up how many employees are actually in the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Vegas, and there's about 1,800. And if you do the math, if it was divided equally, that $1 million would only be $555. So if you're an Israelite, it's $555 worth your salvation, or
God.
you take that jab, But also, that they're not going to divide it out equally. The managers, and there's going to be a hierarchy divided into that how they disperse that money.
Right, because your CFOs, your shift managers, your floor managers, your pit bosses, and everything like that, they got a different bonus scale than you, right?
Right. I bet a regular employee there, changing all sheets or something, they're gonna probably see maybe $100.
Right.
Maybe. Maybe 50. But then that's just them a plan how they gonna try to tempt you into taking it, man.
God.
Plain and simple. This is you want me to get Ecclesiasticus 22:11?
Yep.
22 and
22 and 11. Slakia.
This is a book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach. It's chapter 22, verse 11, and it reads, is that the right lesson? That's the other one. 22 and 11.
22.
Second lesson we doing?
22 and 11.
No, we on 5 and 15. Right.
God. Slakia.
So. Slacky about that.
Slakia.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 15. And it reads, "Be not ignorant of anything in a great or small, in a great matter or a small." So this this RFID chip, the CVD chip that they now talking about.
The Green Pass chip.
Green Pass chip. These are all news headliners, and they may seem minute now. Well, they're actually a big deal no matter how minute the media tries to play them off as, Pfizer or not
Johnson and
the
Johnson,
Johnson and Johnson,
Maxine, or J&J, Slovakia.
yeah, J&J vaccine being temporarily pulled off the shelf because it finally was tested positive for having harmful effects. Found out to that's something that we already been saying.
Gone.
That they've been putting abominable substances in these vaccines, like you, and yeah.
Yeah, this will be the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11, and it reads, "Lest Satan should get an advantage over us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." All right, so we're not ignorant of the devices of Satan, the things that he's putting in these vaccines. The wording that he's using, the incentives that he's putting out, for Jake. So Jake can get $550, a possibility of $550, in a bonus. All right, and then on top of it, that serpent is so wicked, he's still got to pay taxes on that bonus that he's getting. So, you get a little bonus, and, it's ate up in taxes. All right?
Kind of like I was telling Darash with the J&J, they took that off the shelf, and all that's going to do is, to the foolish, that's all going to give them the reason to go get the Pfizer and the Moderna, because they're going to see, oh, that was the bad one. I'm glad I didn't take it yet. Now this one never came out to being nothing wrong with it. So they gonna go shoot over and get that other jab because they ain't been found to be bad for you yet.
God, and they had the Moderna, vaccine on there, that was suspended and has a certain age group. You can't give it to anybody under in their I think it's 20s or something like that. So the age group is like 60 or whatever that you have to give it to. Or it's been found these things, tests going wrong. All right?
Do you want me to pull up the COVID article? So then another article I was just going to get into real quick was about that CBD chip. That they starting to talk about, and that's one of them devices, we've been saying that, the MOTB wasn't this vaccine. It was just a precursor. But look how Esau played it out. He put the MOTB inside of the whole thing. It was all part of his plan. This headliner reads, and this was it's actually got a picture on 60 Minutes, so I'm sure that they got a video for it, but it's I'm reading it off of it from the Tech Startups, and it reads, "Are you ready for the CBD monitoring microchip to be implanted under your skin? U.S. government scientists just reveals a new implantable microchip that continuously monitors your body for CBD."
Hey, if that ain't playing upon tables, all right. If you can't see by now that the microchip, all right, the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, then you deserve to be destroyed. In all truth and honesty, you deserve to be destroyed.
Yeah, they do have a 60 Minutes on it. That goes into that. So, if you want to see their perversion of their truth, you can read that.
Come on, what you got?
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus.
So I can hold that right quick. Let me pull Revelation.
12 and 12.
I'm going to start at. This is Revelation, chapter 13, and starting at verse 16, and it reads, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in his right hand or in his forehead. Slakia, in their foreheads. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right, and that goes back into this this Maxine and this the green pass. All right, with this RFID. This RFID is the green pass that allows you to go to and fro. All right, because eventually it's going to be that it has that green pass, so you can go where? So you can go to your concert, so you can go to the grocery store and everything. And you see in this being implemented already around the world for events over in Israel. All right, over in China. All right,
because technology being used, in recent years to make life easier and less complicated. So what instead of having people take tests every time they go to work, or every time that they do something, they found something to simplify it. And that goes a part of their plan and wickedness. That simplification is putting that RFID chip inside of you.
God, and then you don't have to worry about losing your phone or losing your pass or anything.
You won't have a problem of losing yourself, because they're gonna know right where you at.
God. All right, go ahead and pull that out.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. This is verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed, and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
God, so when you look at that, when you look at his rust, all right, the rust that you got, you're looking at all the dirt that he's been doing throughout these generations, all this dirt and everything, that he's been sin upon sin. All right, Esau is a repeat offender. All right.
It's just now coming to the surface. We now really being able to expose Esau for all the stuff he's doing. Because of that technology. That technology was a double-edged sword for him.
God, and it's fallen. What is it? Roughly paraphrasing, his tongue is fallen upon him.
Yeah.
All right. He just continuously is telling on himself.
Like the apostles say, they gotta tell the truth to tell a lie. Always be saying that.
And what is it? That game on TikTok, 2 lies and a truth, or truth and 2 lies, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got a quick precept for that. This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare, and I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
God, because he lies. All right? Lie after lie after lie after lie. All right? And now he's spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, continue.
This is verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat.
Hey, does he not seek to take our seat? Is he not hoping to get his blessing back? All right, it wasn't his blessing to begin with, because it was ordained by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It was ordained by Yahweh that Yahweh Shai would give that blessing. All right, Salakia, that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has given that blessing through our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, and that was given by Isaac. And who was Isaac in the spirit? Yahweh Shai. Through reincarnation. All right? So it was given. All right? And Isaac had love for Esau. Did he not? In fair and righteousness. All right, but the blessing wasn't for him. That particular blessing, but he got a blessing nevertheless. All right, go ahead and continue.
And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Verse 13, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
Hey, so who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent? All right, nobody's going to pity you if you go ahead and decide to take that vaccine. All right, if you go ahead and you decide to be on one accord with them. All right, you're playing with the fire because you want that. What was it, $550? All right, because you want to pay a light bill. You know, you want to get some groceries in the house. All right.
All right. Or any such as come nigh wild beasts. Verse 14. So on that goeth to a sinner, and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?
Hey, you're going to a sinner. That's 2 Thessalonians. All right. Matter of fact, let me get it.
I got it right here.
Okay.
And that goes right into this precept. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9. It reads, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all the deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
And they hate the truth. All right, and they believe the lie. They believe that this man, all right, that these banking families and that these other heathen nations are looking for their betterment, and that cares about you, Jake. All right, telling you to get this vaccine. All right, and that is they're gonna get it to you first. All right, the only time you've been first is the first to go to jail. The first for the Tuskegee experiment. All right.
The first to lose your job.
Yeah, you have first. Don't get us wrong. You know, you have first, but all of your first are in wickedness. The first to lead you astray. The first to break up your home.
Look, you believing in a system that's on the downfall. It says, and this is Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 10. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. Who's them that perish? Who's them that are going to perish? Those are going to be the unrighteous people to go out in this World War III, in this in that nuclear fire, man. They set for destruction, but yet you want to look upon them and you want to lean on them.
God.
And this is going back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, and we're going to go to verse 15. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
Hey, he will abide with you for a while, right? And matter of fact, who was with you for a while? All right, abiding with you, Joe Biden. He was abiding with you. You know, he was on one accord. He wanted to get this thing done. Let's get this thing done. We're gonna do 100 million shots in 100 days. You know, get this thing done.
He's still pushing. He said, just because the J&J out, don't mean that we still not gonna meet that quota, that goal that I had set. You know, he was. You think if you look at his whole track record, you know, you see that there's a lot of, wicked shit that he's done in his past that don't correlate with the people that he was saying that he's going to help out. You know. God,
you have the whole student forgiveness, the debt thing.
You know.
All right, he ran on his campaign of the debt, you know, and doing taking away student debt and everything, and then when he got the NAACP and other parties together and was like, I'm not doing nothing. You ain't getting schnit. All right.
This is verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
Hey, that's every day. Every day that you look at the news, all right? Every day that you go outside, but you look at the news and you see that, all right? When they having their talks, all right? They every day. Biden on this, what is it, the new kid that died?
Dante something.
Yeah, you know.
But and then look at like the George Floyd. So look, they ain't just kill him, you know, and then get away with it. You know, they had to now they in court saying that he was a drug addict and pushing that MO. You know,
God, throwing salt on his name.
You know, they just out there to tarnish the whole family. You know.
Yeah, that was Dante, right?
Dante, right? Yeah.
God.
All right. This is going to be verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first.
Hey, who's there? Who was there at the scene of the crime first? Who committed the crime? Esau, Edom. And this time, it was his woman. So not only did Esau want to get it in, all right, Eve of Edom wanted to get it in too. She wanted to make sure she got her body count up. All right. And then if you watch the body cam video, she was like, I think I shot him. You think so? You wanted to pull the taser, but you pulled the gun?
Right.
You know, you wanted that to happen. You did it. Why? And hold on. I'll tell you exactly why. This is the book of Psalms. Oh, Salakia. Oh, I had it right here. I have my hand on it too. Oh, I lost it.
What was it?
I got it. Book of Psalms, chapter 58, and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like poison of a serpent. Continue on. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. All right? So that's exactly, she was a lie. You know, how you going to be an officer for X amount of years, have a Batman utility belt, all right? You got your mace, you got your firearm, you got your taser, you got your handcuffs, you got your keys, you got your baton, all right? And not know which is where. It's in a specific order. All right? It's in a specific order. And I'm sure it's part of your training. This is just me speaking as a man, but I'm sure it's a part of your training to be able to have your belt set up a certain way. All right? And that's where you brothers are have been in the military. You have to have a certain, what is it called? Code of conduct or
Code of conduct.
Uniform inspection.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So everything has to be in order.
And I've got a scripture back up before I go to verse 18.
Come on.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Come on, drawn swords. That's including him and his woman. All right?
All right, going back to...
Smoother, Salakia, smoother than butter. What was the smoother than butter? I didn't mean to. I think I shot him. You think you shot him? You didn't mean to? If you didn't mean to, why'd you pull the gun? If you didn't mean to, why didn't you pull the taser? Isn't the taser very distinct? They have a yellow and white or yellow and black stripes on it. All right, so you can know the difference. It has a cartridge and not a clip. Just saying. It's bulkier for a reason. Continue, Salakia.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 18. He will shake his head and clap his hands, and whisper much, and change his countenance.
That's exactly what they did. Hey, now, what is it? Derek, whatever his name is.
Derek Chauvin.
Derek Chauvin is sitting in court, and he's trying to look all low and humbly, you know, as if it was an accident. You accidentally choked this man out for 9.5 minutes. Knee on his throat and in his back, or on the back of his neck and in the middle of his back, on his chest. All right, compressing. So he have trouble breathing, but yet he had a heart attack or he was on drugs or whatnot. Man, you're the devil.
And they're just saying, they say just enough to, you know, make it reasonable to the sheeple.
God.
You know?
God.
They get by the foolish, but the people that know, like, that's straight, that's that wiping off that looking glass.
God, wiping it off.
See through all your shit, man. But that's that rust building up. And you know what happens when rust build up too much and you need that part for something, you're going to clean it off with some, what you going to put some WD-40 on it or, you know, that's going to be that fire.
That rust just keeps on. Hey, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 11 and verse 5, and it reads, and Slakia, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. All right? So Yahweh Bashim Yahushai hates you devils. All right? Hates you. Hates you. Hates everything about you because you're wicked. You continuously seek to do wickedness. All right? Here it is. You were given a time period to rule. All right, even though you weren't the chosen people, you were given a time period to rule. You had the capability to look into all this wickedness, all right, and to discern the wickedness, but you didn't have the capability to discern the righteousness, even to make your kingdom last longer, quote unquote, your queendom, all right, because you didn't obey the land Sabbaths or anything. Why? Because you're just a wicked, bloody man, and you love violence. All right?
All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing, and deceit, and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent.
Hey, those secret places? Where are those secret places? All right? He sitteth in the village. The village would be your Salakia. It would be your neighborhoods. All right. The secret places would be what? It would be those bohemian groves. All right. What do they call them? Take them from child havens and stuff. Taking kids from child havens. All these adoption centers and stuff like that. You know? Orphanages. The water. You know, doing all sorts. Kids left alone. All right, children go missing. You know, they have hirelings for this stuff to kidnap kids.
Because when Epstein got caught up, you know, that's why he didn't last too long after that. He was a scapegoat.
God.
And he started giving up too much information, and you know, you see what happened to him. You know, cameras wasn't working at that time, you know. God,
they lowered your children in. Because why? One, roughly paraphrasing scripture, two, you're sacrificing them to Baal. From Hollywood, you know, giving your kids up to vanity and stuff like that. You know, those are all things. All these young women, all right, young women and boys who were in Epstein's hands, all right, how do you get to them? How do you get to them? Through the parents. All right, offer them a little vacation. You know, say that they're on a child's trip. Yeah, a child's trip being turned out. All right, but you're having your sons and daughters be quiet behind it. Why?
And then they also laid a snare, and they had that one. I believe it was in. Oh shit! I think it was in Boston, somewhere on the East Coast. but they had this little like pool. They had like a
Child trafficking?
yeah, but they had like this whole like pizza place and it was
Oh,
like
Pizzagate. Like,
but it's a part of Pizzagate, but it was an actual like pizza spot with like some like pool. I think it had like a pool table. Like they had another section of like strictly for kids and stuff. And Brad had a whole underground dungeon in there, but you know they've had like there's a lot of shit that goes into that. But this is Psalms 37 and 32, and it reads, "The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him." So y'all believing in somebody who's out there to get you and putting your trust in it and faith in him and say, "Yeah, but y'all shy."
right. And as the brothers go ahead and continue.
That's their main point. They're trying to take our spot, take our birthright, and kill us.
Con.
His eyes are privily set against the poor.
Call it out, slack it.
Okay, this is the book of Psalms chapter 10, and I'm going to reread verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
And what's that net? All right? That net is everything that we just talked about. That net is Pizzagate. That net is Hollywood. That net is your children being going into the orphanages. All right? For you not stepping up and being a parent. All right? Or not even caring because you were just out there doing whatever it is you wanted to do anyway.
And this is verse 10. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones.
Yeah, crouches and humble himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. Who is the strong ones? All right? His politicians. All right? His police. Okay? His CEOs, CFOs. All right, anybody who really has a title can be considered really his strong one. All right, because they have the power to lead you. All right, you go to work each and every day. Why? When you get to work and you try not to be late, why are you trying not to be late? Because the powers that be have the power to write you up or have the power to fire you. Is that not a strength over you? And that's just on a low level, But the real strong ones are the Gettys, the DuPonts, the Rauffenheimers, all right, the Bushes, all right?
Right, they're somewhere where you can't touch them.
Exactly.
They in that Mr. Burns chair. They're in the Mr. Burns chair in their office, just thinking about more wicked shit they could do.
The Zuckerbergs, the Gates,
We're not trying to, rewrite your DNA. We're just putting this.
Hey, it's our DNA. Our DNA for a rewritable CD so they can rewrite your ass.
We're not trying to give you the virus. We're just trying to make you understand.
Yeah, right.
All right, this is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Con, so you brothers and sisters who adhere to the laws, statutes, and commandments and have been woken up to this word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you have no need, because you're watching, discerning the times and looking and seeing that these things are at hand. Abaratazah, you're watching the videos, not of just us, but from the apostles, Apostle Tahar on down. All right? And men who